Oh, critical fail number 1. Okay, ladies and gents, we are live, and I've just realised that I haven't played the right video. That's the St. Marie de Mon intro. Ooh, awkward. Don't have to see here. Cut the commercial. Wait a minute, I've got the there we go. Technical difficulties, please. Boy. All right. Nothing to see here. Arab, there was nothing to see here. I know you've already told me. G'day, mate. Welcome back. Good. And we got your microphone working now. Shit, we've just put the sound on as well. We got your microphone working now, so everyone can actually hear you. There was a bit of a critical fail just before, correct?
Yeah, that's right. My computer had a critical fail. It's like, yeah, the new mic doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, good times. Good times had by all. Let's put some jazz in the background here while we're just waiting. They're just doing the map reset here, folks, so we'll sort of lurk with intent here. But, of course, rejoining us, not only just Arab, but Magical Stu. Trauma Stu. Welcome back.
Magical Trauma Stu. Yeah, look, I'll take it as well. It's a pleasure to do this second game for you.
You did magical in this, mate. You've done magical tonight, so well done. You can have an extra name for yourself.
Excellent.
That was an all right battle last time, guys. But yeah, it was definitely dominated by OC, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, and it's sort of as we expected.
Right, I'm just gonna put one of the correct videos around the background here. I'll just let Hill 400 Overflight go on while we're waiting for the map to reset, and I'll just get rid of the clan mini logos and do all that for the administrative stuff. So there'll be no clan mini logos in this one. What's this battle about? This is the scratch match. This is the fun shenanigans, probably a couple of tanks. Oh, I'm looking at the, if I just jump across to the staging channel, let's have a bit of a count here. There's 27 and 28 in the two channels with more people getting added all the time. So it's slightly larger than, oh, George is joining my squad. Cool, thanks, George. George must be an admin. It's slightly larger than the BPL itself. So this, for explanation to everybody, this is a scratch match. This is just open to the community, advertised as such. You can jump on and you can actually play. You can show us your goods, and if you're not a part of the BPL clans themselves, it's an absolute opportunity to get into that level of competitive play, which is just slightly above normal pub matches, of course. Stu, that's what you've watched here, I'm assuming?
Yeah, absolutely. I say it's a fair way above normal pub matches, given the quality of matches that I've been commentating on that so far. But, look, some of the scratch matches I've played in have been some of the most fun I've had on Hell Let Loose. It's a good chance to scrap it up with some of the lads you watch on the BPL. They're all good guys, and it's been a lot of fun playing in them. If you get a chance, definitely do it.
And for you, Arab, a lot of competition for you so far. But what are your thoughts about the scratch matches, mate?
I love them, mate. They're just so fun. It's a nice time to unwind and just have some form of leveled chaos.
Leveled chaos. I love it. All right. So at the moment, what we're seeing here, and I'm just going to actually drop that video off and we'll have a look at what I've seen on my screen. So we're still on the wrong map. They're doing the reset. So they roll the maps while they do the setups here and stuff like that. So everyone is now getting in. And it is a hodgepodge shotgun throw to the teams. So you won't see like all OC on one side or whatever, or Ford Boys or whatever here. And that's what I'm looking at on my screen now. So on, and Stu, I'm going to get yours up there. We're now looking at Stu's as well. We'll pop to his on the full screen in a moment. But on the left-hand side here, which is the Allied team, is what I'll be on. So I'll be on the Axis once the map rolls. Cortex will be the commander, and we've got a few of the old favourites in there. Whiskey's squad leader. No, he's not even in one yet, sorry. Marmy and Wiggy there. Jelly, of course, we've got her camera tonight. Let's see if Jelly's camera's still working. There she is, top left corner. Look at that. Perfect.
Magnificent.
Love it. So she's with Igniculus, Attila, and Chamandork. We got Gremlin, OC player. They got a couple of the OC guys in there. Fiercey playing a foot soldier for a change, so that'll be a bit of a downgrade for him. He's always usually leading something. There's Ginge, of course, doing their thing in a tank. Looks like two tanks, yeah, absolutely two tanks. So it'll be a two-tank match. Got Mirage leading the squad there, and then Hubert down the bottom, one of my favourite players, Hubert. All right, Stu, I'm going to your full screen for you, mate. What have you got there, please?
Magnificent. From the top, we're looking at Bar as commander. My favourite name in this entire game is obviously Hugh Janus. And Putang, without a platoon so far, just Glasson and 10K, rounding out the OC lads. Looks like one of the tank squads is going to be Sibsian Standoff. There's a 3 Paralad, Fuzzy, Vendetta from OC, Loishan's going to come back and play. 17 Jaeger from Foy Boys. There is a lot of royalty that's turned out for this scratch match. BP Sausage, another one of the OC boys. This is going to be a good match, mate.
There you go. All right, Das Altberg's like a jazz. So yes, a little bit of random jazz playing in the background. But we can drop the jazz off. Of course, it's 15 minutes ago, naturally. But look, there's a lovely little military marching tune in the background to make it a little bit more sexy when it comes to, the streamers as well, I guess. All right, who's going to win this? Which team's got the goods here? Stu, what do you think?
Jeez, it is a good mix on both sides. I'm going to put mine, given they're going to be blue for me once we do the map switch over, I'm going to go for the Allies in this.
Going for the Allies. All right. So that'll be on my side. I'll be the Axis. Stu will have the Allied in his camera, and that's where we'll do. Arab, which side are you jumping on, just so I know?
I'm probably going to say the side with the most knoppers.
Big Nopper, no rules. Oh, okay, here we go. Here we go. So I'm looking here. We've got Big Nopper, no rules. That'll be Soupsy, of course. Good on him. Thank you for that. They got a bit excited the other week. I think they had about 8 or 10 Noppers on the team. It was fucking horrendous to try and cast it. It's just Noppers was doing everything and nothing at the same time. It's great.
Noppers got all the kills and all the deaths. It's good.
Ultimately, Noppers was the winner on the day, wasn't he? All right, let's see what other cameras I've still got going on here. So I'm Stu dropping yours off. There's Lotion. Well, he's dead. Okay, so he's in here somewhere. All right, that's cool. Mr. Choose player, no, he's gone. He's gone. Stu, I've got you there, and of course Blue. Okay, well, I'm going to have to switch Blue and Lotion's cameras around because Blue's on the wrong side there. So, Stu, what we're going to do is we're going to go to your main camera for the moment while I do that little bit of mucking around. And let's have a bit of a chat about some of the players on the teams, if we can, please.
Absolutely. Let's go and have a look. God, as I said,
who do you know in the community, particularly the OC guys? Let's start there. Talk me through some of their excellent players that they've got.
Yeah, happy to. That tank squad is always on point. Sibsy and Standoff in the armor squad, going to expect them to do some good things this match, as they did last time. In the BPL match we just watched, they were the crew in the Tiger that basically sat just off the back of the point and provided a good base for the rest of the team to work off. Look, I'm going to expect them to be a little more crazy this match, given it is a scratch match and they've got more armor support.
Define crazy for me, please, mate.
No, I want to see recon tanks taking out heavies. That's what I want to see. There was a great video that's been doing the rounds at the moment of 3 Panthers. Panthers? Is that the right one? I always get the wrong.
Panzer IVs?
No, not the Panzer IVs. What's the light tank for?
Lux. The German light tank is Lux, or the Puma.
The Puma. That's the one we're going for.
That's the recon tank, mate.
There you go. There was 3 Pumas taking down a couple of heavies on the other side. I'd love to see something like that this match.
All right, there you go. All right, I think I've got the camera worked out now. Let's pop it back onto mine. There we go. Happy days there. Taking off the webcam. There, you can still see me. That's probably not good for anybody, but here we are. Okay, let's see if I've got Blue's camera up. There it is, top right, and Lotion top left. Okay, so which side is Lotion on? That's what I want to know. Is he even playing anymore? Is he in another game? Oh, the Noppers man. There you go. The Noppers man is in.
No, he's on my team.
Can't find him. I've got.
Yeah, he's on the Germans. Ocean.
I can't see his name at the moment, but I'll trust you on that. There he is.
So he's in easy squad.
That's excellent, because what that means is that we've got one camera from each team again, and it has worked out, and I magically made that happen, and I don't even know how I achieved it. So the map is now rolling. Let's get stuff happening, shall we? All right, we're just going to wait for that to roll up. There it is, creating a locked armor unit, popping myself in there. Let's drop that music off a little bit here. Well, let's do this first. Drop those things off. That's good. Maps up. So it's gents, it's Hill 400. It's Hill 400.
Magnificent.
It's
exactly what we talked about.
And it's the one we wanted. It's the one we actually wanted to see. So Des Altberg, you will get to see some of the dodgiest camera work as we wait for the sports to come in. Let's have a look here. This is as high as I can go. right now I am at max altitude for the camera, and it still clips fucking trees. Look at that. So here's your aerial view. Here's the aerial view, folks, of that trench. There we go. All right, so the aerial views are going to be... Actually, you know what? I think this is going to look pretty good, Stu, because I'm just going to be able to circle around the hill for the entire thing. We've got nodes going up already in the top left, so let's reconfirm here. If I drop that camera off, see that? That's Blue's camera. There it goes on and off.
Cool.
Here, this is Elotion's camera, top left. So he's doing some nodes, and Blue's in a truck. All right. Cortex is the commander of this side. Stu, popping up your camera, please. Who's the commander on your team?
The commander on my tile, I think it was Bar. It is still Bar from OC.
There we go. Okay, thanks for that, mate. Going back to the cameras as I had them before. That's what's happening here, folks. Let's have a look what's going on now. The Noppersman, that'll be Whiskey, and Hubert there. Squad leads in that tank, in that truck, or supply truck, so they'll be looking for garrisons early. Gremlin taking a truckload of potential victims. So we'll see how that works out. Recon tank is up. Of course, that's got Lord Ginge, Clarence, and JM in it. All right, so I'm the blue squad is the Axis team. That's the blue squad. So who's in command of that again? That is, there you go. They've changed their clan name to Noppy. People are having far too much trouble here. So because Cortex is the leader of this Axis team, and he is a Foy boy, I'm going to actually bring up the clan mini logos and put the Foy boys in on the left image, and let's see if that's. Oh, let's get that working now. There we go. That's up there now. Let's see if I've got that right. Boy, boys. Oh, I've got to drop the other ones off. Sorry, but who's the leader again? It's Bar. Where does he come from again? Remind me.
He is one of our OC lads, my friend.
OC. So if you put OC on the right-hand side, we may have... There you go. It's a Foy boy commander versus an OC commander. Left is blue, right is red. Left is Foy boys, right is OC. There you go, folks. That's what you've got on my screen in particular. Here's the truck. Here it all happens. There's the whole heap of people waiting there at that point. Okay, Stu, across to your screen quickly. Let's have a look at the map, please. Tell me where the trucks are. Tell me where everyone is.
Yep, absolutely. They're taking the 2 troop transports, mostly full, about half full each, and they're going up the main road. Looks like they're going straight into Hill 400, as you'd expect. There's only really 2 routes you can attack from here, and it does look like Bar with the supply truck is moving up the north route to sort of drop some supplies and hopefully some Garys just north of Hill 400.
All right, I think the blue team here have used up their year's supply worth of map markers and icons because there's literally shit everywhere. They've just, look, it's still raining. It's still raining blue stuff. I'm just going to circle around the hill a little bit here because I'm going to see some pretty cool action, I reckon. Actually, Mike, just get a little bit closer here. Let's get that in slightly closer. I'm really keen to see what happens down to the right here with these trucks coming in on that road. It's a bit of a windy road to get in. It's easier to come in from the Allied side, isn't it? There's a bit of a straighter road if you drive in from the middle. So I think, and that's what TFK were doing last match. They got into the point pretty quick, but they didn't hold it, of course. There we go. There's the first spawn wave coming out. I've got that in the corner of my eye. Hubert, sorry, I can see over the top right there with the Noppersman. But there's about 8 or 10 coming in now, and that truck's raining out a few people. Hubert, there's the other spawn over the top there. Oh, okay. So it's going to be, everyone's going to run that last 100 metres or so up to the hill, except for the truck. It's going to try its luck there. Who's going to get there first? Arab, who do you think's going to take the cap first?
I reckon 100% the Foy Boys commander and his team.
So you think Cortex is the blue team, of course.
Yep.
Cortex's boys and girls are going to get up there quick enough. Excuse me. Excuse me. Let's try again. Stu, what do you reckon? Who's going to cap it first?
No, I think it's going to be the Allies who are going to cap this one first, which would be Bar and his lads. They've already moved up into the hill, and they're already half capped. So I reckon they're going to take it first. It will be interesting to see what this counter-attack from the Axis forces will be, though.
There's a tank on a tank battle down here, just out of the corner of my eye. The Puma has just been shot by the... Oh, thanks for coming, Puma. No suit for you, buddy. You're out of there. That 75's done a great job. It'll only be a 75, of course. Now, Bar, he's no slouch this game. He's definitely a wolf in sheep's clothing, but he'll be able to... consolidate if he captures this and get some garrisons up. Yes, that was the dag jack for the night. Thanks, guys. I'm glad you're sitting down for that one. See, as Josh and
Joe's supposed to hurt.
Big Nopper No Rules is going to try and do something here for the orange team. for the OC dominated or the OC led team. Here's Fiercey Gremlin and Big Egg. Oh, there's no Gremlin there anymore. Don't know what happened to him, but he's no longer telling us stories. That's for sure. Freelance has been shot. Good little fight here for the hill. This is great, actually. I'm actually enjoying the view here. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be from the aerial shot, but there's the blue teams are on the they're on the downhill at the moment, and there's the cap control gone over to the orange there. They're going uphill a little bit hard here. Jelly's just reading the map. She doesn't want to charge up that hill. She's pretty close there. We can see her about 10 metres away from Kingsley, probably trying to work out, oh, she's pinging stuff. There you go. So they're all reading the map, I guess. What do you got there, Stu? What are you looking at the moment, mate?
Basically looking straight down to that fight. Kingsley just taking out Jelly Bear. Vendetta's gone down to his right. Ignicholas and Charmandoc have just spawned straight in front of Kingsley. Kingsley's still on his first life, I believe. He's been doing some work down that left-hand side for the Ally side.
What I might get you to do then is just hover over that very specific site, get it right and close there behind Kingsley as we watch about 5 of the blue team try and push up there through there. Hey, there's 4 power. So as we learnt last night, the 4 power guys are actually 3 power trainees or 3 power wannabes, I guess we could call them. But they Stu, I'm going to leave you on your camera, actually, so we're going to keep watching that. Top right is Stu's camera. Top left is still Elotion's camera. And Elotion is on top of Hill 400, machine gunning anything he can see. So that's a really great view there. We can see Elotion on my screen, top left. But the 4 power, oh, Jelly's our deady tonight, so she's dead again. Glad we haven't got the camera on her at the moment. So the 4 power guys are the guys that actually are in training. That's a pretty good way of setting it up. I think OC have got OC-T. Is that correct, Stu?
Yep, OC-T. Tree. Yeah, that's our trials.
400, man. It's all trees. It's nothing but fucking trees.
I know. That's all I've looked at for the last half an hour. We're good.
What did we work out your favourite tree was, mate?
European spruce.
European spruce, all right. Anything that stops bullets is what I'd like to say in this map. Rocks are also quite popular here. All right, we're just circling around the back there. Great camera on Lotion there, so thanks for sharing that camera work, Lotion. Of course, we've got top right there is Stu's footage. That seems to be some sort of heavy gunfight. Oh, Lotion's just been capped. Up the top there, he's just been shot, so that's interesting. Oh, that's Sherpa, Gremlin, and Lord Ginge coming around back here. Noppers, Big Noppers, no rules, is not covering eyes. A great push on the right side here from the blue team. They're actually come up from southern approach, effectively. Let's have a look where I am. Yeah, there you go. Look at that big wave down here. There's not a lot of garrisons out there, though, so they haven't got the sector control as much as they would like yet. But having said that, Bar's down there as well, the commander of the orange team, and he's got Pariah, Phoenix, Freelance, and Sharpie all trying to shut that down. Huge Anus. Stu, you may as well take over commentary there. Huge Amos is on the field, mate, doing his job.
Absolutely. One of the best names that's ever been on a server ever. I'm currently looking at the north of Hill 400. Currently it's Vendetta, Tempest, and Fuzzy from 3 Para holding off Renti, Marmy the Cat, and Cortex, who are the Axis lads that have got in behind. It looks like they might be able to mop these ones up, though, and stop this push for the moment. The moment, though.
It looks like down the south here at Southern Approach, which is just there, that bunker you can see on the right-hand side. Southern Approach is now held by the orange team again. So a good little push there from the boys in blue, but they've not managed to take it down south, at least. We can see a little bit of random sector control going on there in the next sector over, and that's because people, of course, are flanking around, and there's probably not enough admins in this game. There's only one there, which is Wiggy sitting on the point. It is important that we get admins for these games. It supports the fact that we can hold sectors, so it does make it a bit challenging. They do get a little warning to say, hey, come out of the sector because it'll fuck the game up, and, unfortunately, that's part of what we have to deal with here. But, look, it's a good fight. Stu, keep in tight on the top of the hill there if you can, please, mate. I'm really keen now to watch that good, close gunfight going on the point. Talk me through what you see now, because Blue seem to be getting the dominance up there.
Yeah, Lord Ginge has taken a really high spot just behind that little bit of cover on top of the bunker. And he seems to be the lone human, getting support with Joshua Tree now, but seems to be the lone human that's holding off this allied assault up here.
All right, we might actually switch into Stu's camera for a little bit and just watch that occur. And I'll drop off mine there. It's dodgy transfer, but whatever. It's look, I've got blue, orange, blue, orange, blue, orange, blue across the screen, left to right on my screen. You've got that fight going on. Yeah, and the cap's starting to turn. There it is.
Yeah. Lord Jing and with Sammy D just coming up in reserve now, are the only two holding it off for that ally side, for that Axis side. Sorry, you'd expect the allies to push back in now.
All right, so this is really interesting because there's just people everywhere. What we're going to do is we're going to cut away back to the main screen and we're going to put Jelly Bear top right. We've got not Nicholas, Lotion top left, or E-Lotion as he's named himself in this game. And then the bombing run, whose is that? That looks like it is that's an orange bombing run, isn't it?
That's an allied bombing run, correct, yeah.
All right, so the allies have dropped in and not hit a thing by the look of that.
I didn't see too many icons disappear out of that, so probably a little less effective than he would have hoped.
We do have a really good spawn wave on that sector that I'm watching in the big panoramic view here down to the south. That's sector control from the orange team, from the allied team, and they're able to continue to hold the cap even though there's a whole shit ton of blue up top. Blue have got a bit of dominance sort of towards the north. They're losing garrisons though. They're down to 2 garrisons. They had one in here. They got supplies everywhere, but they've only got 2 garrisons on the map at the moment. A couple of OPs randomly scattered everywhere. I think that's part of their problem at the moment. They don't have a lot of options, so they're coming in on a very fixated attack line. Stu, going to run across to your camera if we can, please. And pull
please,
the map
be my
up.
guest.
Pull the map up if you can, please, there, mate. And tell me what you got for garrisons.
I was just having a look at it. It looks like there's one garrison back at Bergstein Church, a one to the north of that, and they've got a north and a south attacking Gary currently. One in E5 and one in E7. They're not pinging hot at all, so it looks like they've definitely starting to get that control of sectors.
What just blew up on the point? I'm assuming that was
the Sherman. That was the Sherman, and it was Joshua Tree satcheled it, but he tried the first time, and Sibs jumped out and shot him. And then the tank turned his turret around and killed Sibs. It was actually quite funny to see. You'd be livid.
Oh, no good. All right, well, the Orange have definitely controlled this hill. Switching around cameras again with some of my dodgy technical skills here. There you go, look at that. So now we've got a bombing run coming for OC. This is going to be a really... Oh, there we go. Shred. Not OC, well, the Foyboy leader, Cortex, of course. That's an interesting bombing run. I think it took 1 or 2 of their guys, but it stripped a few of the Orange out. I think they're going to have enough spawns, though, to be able to get back into there. There's not enough, though. Huge Anus is down. And that's an airhead coming in by the look of it. Yeah, absolutely. There we go. We got an airhead. The first airhead of this battle is coming in at Fox 5, Keypad 2. Have they seen it, though? Let's whip around there and have a look-see at that. I think I've got... Oh, Stu, I've got your camera up. I'm watching Jelly now on the top right and Lotion on the top left. We're just watching that airhead coming in. Marmy and Hubert are going to try and defend that from Agilon and Tempest as we flick around here. Oh, geez, they're still pushing him from the exact same point. Arab, they seem to be, the blue team seem to be coming from the same spot every time. It's that one grid square at Fox 5, and now they put an airhead there as well, mate. Smart play. Do you think they're doing it right, or do you think you'd do something a little bit different here?
I mean, it's working for them, so currently I'd say it's working perfectly. I mean, they've got a garrison down in Fox 7 at the moment as well that they can spawn in from.
So, I know, I'm talking about, sorry, blue on my side. I should have said that. Actually. Yeah,
apologies.
The Axis
yeah, dude, like, they almost had it. I hate to say it, they almost did. They need to get a proper push going south and north. They need to try and pincer them in because they've got too many spawns.
There's a whole shit ton of people coming down the hill now towards that airhead. There's Jelly. We can see her camera top right, as I said before. And so Jelly will be trying to pick people off in the bush there. Nice deliberate play, I can see. But the Blues are just starting to get picked apart here. The Axis team getting picked apart a little bit. Nice kill on 10k there. Poutang's down to the right a little bit. Tempest and Agilon coming down the hill. They've got the numbers here, the Orange team. So your team, so the 2 other streamers here, the 2 other guys in the casting panel tonight are on the other team. So I'm on the Axis team. Those 2 lads, there's Arab. You can see his name there, of course, and Trauma Stu in the middle of the screen there. So they're on the Allied team. So when we talk about Allies and Axis, it might make things a little bit easier. I'm on the Foyboy led team. They're on the OC led team. And you can see now that the Foyboy led team, their push has fallen apart. Is their airhead still up? Yes, it is. But they've lost so many people. However, having said that, the Orange guys, the Allied guys, have moved off a little bit to the left. I'm expecting to see a spawn wave. There it is, 2 came in. Okay, that's not a real big spawn wave. I'd expect more there, Stu. That wasn't a lot of spawn.
Look, it wasn't great, was it?
Not really convincing assault. 2 guys, we got this. Josh is down already. So it's down.
Joshua Tree going down.
Yeah,
Padax, he does have Marmy the Cat and Hubert in support now, though. So hopefully Hubert gets him a juicy little OP down for his squad and they can start reigniting this push from this side because it does look like From my point of view, anyway, it does look like the Allies have dropped off defense in this sector as well.
They have. They definitely have, but they've got enough. See, this is the thing.
He is absolutely going to town with a machine gun on top of the bunker. I think he's just taken out 4 dudes.
Oh, nice. Absolutely perfect. Love that stuff. We're just watching that sector control has definitely been owned on Hill 400 itself, and the northern flank of Hill 400, which is a good sort of area to come in from. Yeah, 'cause there's plenty of cover out there. If I'm just going to drop in and have a real close look at this to refresh everyone what they're fighting in amongst here. So as we look in amongst all this smoke and stuff, you can see some really gritty footage. Oh, Pete! Whoever that was on the left of Pete just wore a grenade literally down their throat, and that was the end of that. Couldn't have timed that better myself if I tried to try and get that camera in there. So that's excellent stuff. You know what, Stu? Let's get your camera in here where I am, mate, and let's watch that play if we can, please. I love that stuff. That is awesome. Oh, that's full screen. Let's go to small screen there. I'm going to back out of there now. So Stu up the top right there now is watching some of that real gritty fighting that's going on in there. Jelly's a bit more cautious up there, and she's been shot now.
Hubert going down.
Oh, yeah, the Blues aren't doing it well here at all. But now we've got the Noppersman and Sammy D around the back here. The Noppersman, of course, being Whiskey Man from the Foy Boys, trying to effect some change around the back. Very good recon player normally, so you don't have to be in the recon squad to be doing that type of work here, and that's what Whiskey will be trying to do there. He's around, where's that? Look at that, AK-5. So he's setting up some sort of attack line out there, hopefully for the blue team as well. That'll be good sector control for them to have. Arab, what would you do from here, mate? We've got, what's that, 15, just under 30 minutes to go. What do you do here for the Blues to try and take Hill 400? It's a bit of a prick of a hill, this one.
Honestly, it looks like most of the Allies are parked up in the one area. So if you had a bomb and run, get it going and get everyone to push in.
Yep, I agree.
It is perfect for a bombing run. I think that's a complete unanimity in the casting panel here. This is where your bombing run. Run it maybe north to south or whatever, but have your guys pre-position. Oh, great grenade there. Took out a bunch on the hill. Sammy D, I think, might have thrown that. I'm not really sure. It is. I'll just keep saying this every stream. It's so nice that Hubert told me how to put the markers up from 15 to 100%, and now I can actually see the. Look, I can see Jelly Bear. She's about 500 meters away.
Well, Jelly Bear's just gone down to that Sparrow Fart machine gun. I think this is still the same life. He's been sitting up there, and the Axis forces just haven't dealt with him. He's sitting on top of a bunker, mowing down everybody he sees with. This has been a hell of a game for him. He's basically held off this entire point himself.
I think Sammy D's put a satchel around the back of the radar tower there, and it's actually just gone off. I've just caught that out of the corner of my eye. Not enough going on there at the moment. They are just starting to cap. And what that is that they had sector control for a brief moment because enough people had died. But the trouble is, they've respawned there up to the northwest that we can see, just up there. The 4 guys come in, and that's enough to hold it. We've got somebody who's working into the sector, the next sector, which will be actually I don't know. Someone's too far down into the train wreck area, so they're going to have to deal with that in a second. Let's see where that is. That looks like it might be Fuzzy. Fuzzy's gone a bit too far over to the right. Is that?
Looks like he's just got the call because he's moving back.
Yeah, there's a bit of a problem that they have to deal with. I just can't believe it's capping that far out. That's a long way.
Looks like poor Sparrow Fart took about 100,000 bullets in return.
So they've worked him out.
He's dead.
Did finally get him.
They've given him all the bullets. That's excellent work. This is worked out to be a pretty good battle at the moment. It's actually quite fun to watch this one. There's all sorts of cool stuff going on here. Fancy's not having a great game. We should have his camera on. That'd make everybody feel better, wouldn't it? Arab, I think, just from a community perspective, he's such a leader in the community in relation to the BPL, of course. Put on a pretty good tournament here. But there's a few people with the wins that I see have had that I think would be enjoying seeing him shot. Would that be correct?
Oh, mate, it'll make me happy.
Well, we just captured one. We should have a fierce tally. We'll have to start some of these polls, I think, for the last stream. How many people die certain times, that sort of stuff. There is, if we recall, though, here's some interesting stuff going on. Whiskey Man's managed to put that garrison around the back that we were talking about way earlier. And that means that there's started to be a cap happen on the hill here because they've got sector control. Look at those numbers coming in. Stu, if I can get you on top on that radar there, please, mate, because I think this is about to turn interesting. Have the Orange team or have the Allied team got enough up there to hold off this push, mate?
I don't know whether they do at the moment. Looking up here, I'm looking across at that Axis pusher you're talking about. They are getting thinned out a little bit, but I don't know whether they've got enough.
Pariah's around behind him. So he would know what's going on there, and he's managed to shoot a couple of them already. Joby, class of 60, whatever the hell he is, he's coming in up there to the north. Joby's coming in. Here's Pariah coming in to sweep out the problem. I think Pariah by himself here might shut down this entire attack. He's on the garrison already. He's about to take it down, I think. That's really good work from Pariah, unless Defective can get him. Here's the kill. Here's the kill going on here. We'll see if Pariah can do it or not. There we go. One down. Defective's down.
Shooter's left.
Namesake, can you do it, Shooter? We're watching on Stu's screen up the top right there.
Pariah's just getting his bandage on. Shooter, if he stood up now, he'd have a great shot. There is another. That OP has just spawned Charmandork again. Pariah doesn't look like he knows it. There you go. Pariah's taken out Shooter. Charmandork's managed to get clear through the smoke. And there you go. Pariah's just taken out that OP.
But there's a garrison there he's on. He's got to find. Is he going to find that garrison, mate? Because that's critical. If he doesn't find that, it means they can keep coming in that way.
Ah, of course. Where is the garrison? I haven't been able to spot that one yet.
Well, it's a sneaky spot, wherever it is. Echo 5. Let's go and have a look at that, actually. So something's blown up on the top of the hill. That garrison is still up. Pariah has not found the garrison. There it is right there. It's sitting at the end of a trench. That is really good news for the blue team, because that means, for the blue team, for the Axis team, that means they're going to still get their attack going on. Pariah's now moved up the hill away from that garrison, so they don't know it's there. We're going to go across to Jelly now, because she's still... No, she's dead. All right, we'll go back to Stu now for a moment. Jelly was getting up the hill, but she died. Didn't get there quick enough. Sorry, Jelly. But she'll be coming down on that attack point down to the southwest, I guess it is. It's sort of, where is it? West. No, it's directly west. Out near Bergstein Church.
Pariah doesn't know this, but Charmandork has just snuck up on him. Looks like he was looking at the map.
Just shot Pariah. Oh, the old map death, Stu.
Oh, absolutely.
Hate it.
I reckon we should get Shooter to rename himself to Shoot E, by the way.
Let's see what you did there.
This is going quite well for the blue team, for the Axis team here at the moment, because they're clearing out the guys that are trying to clear out their attack line. I mean, they are attacking from the opposite side from where they actually started, but that's fine. It doesn't really matter where you come from as long as your attack's effective. They're just starting to really take a bit of the hill. Why are so many of the allied teams so far north? What's going on up there? Stu, or Arab, any idea? Why have they been drawn up there, Arab? Why have they been drawn so far north?
Well, like from my point of view, at least, I know it's really easy for us to say, because we can see that there's no enemy troops up there with our crazy spectator camera. But they wouldn't know that. They would have just seen multiple attacks come from that sector before. So it looks like they're all spread out, potentially just looking for some of those spawn points. Which look, we can tell them that they're not there, but they won't know that.
No, that's right. And I just looked at the map there briefly while you were talking about it as well. There is a big circle of blue all over the place. Strafing run, stop using them on Hill 400. This looks like an airhead. Is that an airhead dropping in?
Let me have a look. There is absolutely an airhead dropping in.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. Stu, can you get onto that one, mate, please? Let's keep it tight. Here's the bombing run going in. The old bombing run airhead. Favourite tactic on public servers. Let's see. That's
a fiercely special, that.
That is. Is that I'm going to have Stu camera work on that close airhead.
Putang is absolutely all over that airhead, and it looks like it's being taken down.
And it looks like Kingsley blew him up.
Yeah, and not only that, the whole left side there has also been shut down as well. That garrison's still alive, but most of the attack's been knocked out and they can't actually spawn on it. Here's Glass and an unhealthy Harold. Well, he looks pretty healthy to me. Maybe a few bullets slowing down. Shooter's there. Maybe Shooter will make him a less healthy player. Oh, look, that's the best I've got. I've got to work with the tools I've been given. And there's three of us in the channel. So it's a shed full of tools at the moment. All right, let's go back to Jelly Bear. So, look, I've got all the one-liners tonight, haven't I? Let's go back to Jelly Bear's camera. She's running around with the map open. That always works well. Let's see how effective that is. You can see her up the top of the screen on my side here. All right. The attack's sort of stalled. There's just under 20 minutes to go. I've got a vehicle marked out the back there. Orange allies in my screen. Orange are all over the top of the hill at the moment. There's a few... There's the Noppersmen trying something down south now. Stu, what do you think, mate? What are they got to do here? Commander's dead.
I think they've done all right. They've spread out as best they can. The problem is they're losing gunfights all over the map at the moment. And that's one of the problems you hit with Hill 400 is as the attacking force, you're the one that has the onus to try and push forward. The defending side can sort of sit in the forest like human claymores and just shoot anything that moves.
Yeah.
But as the attacking player, you're not always going to see that movement and have somebody to shoot.
Look at what Jelly. I mean, we're hovering over Jelly now, and she's in the top right corner there, of course. So she's trying to push her way up the hill there. But look what she's got to contend with. I mean, this is the thing. If you look at that right there, she's got mates up to the left about 150 metres, I reckon. Defective's just died right behind her. So she's trying to put fire in on two folks there. But even if she gets those two, she's got Pariah on the right-hand side. Oh, she's down now anyway. Everybody on our screens is dead. Oh, I cut the commercial. That's what we say here. She's got too much to cut up that hill. You know, she takes out a couple. Then she's got another three there straight in front of her. Plus whatever the hell spawns up top. Probably a machine gunner on top of the bunker. If that's what I can see, their Sparrowfighter is up there still, and we know what he was doing before. Hey, Arab. I mean, you know, he was cutting everything up.
He was definitely marking some kill marks in his helmet.
That's excellent. All right, so we're whipping around to the the west side. No, where am I? I'm the east
just
side.
like to point out something in your chat, Noppers. Reva's just asked, is somebody going to sing the Erica song? That sounds like one for you, Noppers.
I do not believe I know the words off the top of my head. I could probably give it a go. My German's not too shoddy. And I do throw some songs downrange in some band gigs I've done over the years, but it has been a little while, and I'm sure my family wouldn't appreciate it if I start singing through the walls in German. Yeah, we won't travel that road tonight. Something to consider for the future, I think, lads. Let's park that one over here somewhere, okay? I am an old bandy from way back though, but I'm just out of practice at the moment. Never afraid to do anything in the public though. I think the military's taught me that over the years. If you're going to be able to run into combat, you can do pretty much fucking anything and not care about what people think of you. So it's one of the things that you don't have to put up with in Hell Let Loose is being out in the middle of the scrub, fucking getting naked and doing all the stuff that you have to do when you're living in the bush out of your backpack. You know, there's no shame when you're outfield. You take some baby wipes with you if you're smart to give yourself a bit of a clean up every couple of days. But generally, you smell like a goat and you wear one pair of clothing for a week at a time. That's how shit used to work for me when I was in the army. So yeah, you don't care about.
Can I just ask a question of your map?
Yeah, sure.
Do the Axis forces have a spawn point down the southwest?
Good timing on that, actually. We were probably due
big
to have
spawn wave coming in.
There are points everywhere, and that is a really good pickup there, mate. There's a spawn at Echo 7, there's a spawn at Echo 5, there's a spawn at Fox 7, there's a spawn at Fox 4, there's a spawn at Golf 4, there's a spawn at Golf 7. Let's whip across to your map while I bring up my little one here, Stu. What have you got on yours, please?
It's a lot easier for me. There's just the 3 active ones at the moment. We're looking at sort of Foxtrot 4/5. And one basically just off the eastern side of the point in Foxtrot 6.
With 16 to go, you've picked up on a really good thing here, and the point is starting to turn. I'm going to jump back onto that big map again, on the big page again. Stu's in the top right corner. Let's go to Jelly, actually. Sorry, Stu, I'm cutting your screen away for a sec. Jelly's doing a workaround from the south again. Sammy's in there, Noppers and 3Ds, and they're starting to cap the point. That's a really good attack going on here from the Axis side. The Allies need to respond. They are responding with spawns onto the top of the hill. There's 15 minutes on the clock. It's just enough of a spawn wave at the moment, but the point that Stu just picked up was the fact that this garrison here is less than 200 from it, and they've got numbers on there, and they are trying to cap it at the moment. It's tight.
So it does look like the Allied counterattack is coming in across the top of the hill at the moment, though. But there are some big names. There are some very big names in that Axis push at the moment.
Absolutely, mate. What we might do is get you on the hill itself in amongst that gunplay, please. Jelly's just a bit too far out at the moment. So here's a bombing run, though. Here's a bombing run. This is an Allied bombing run coming in now. So they'll be looking for the garrison to that attack out to the southwest. Here we go. Sammy and the Noppers, man, better run, and they have. The bombing run's hit jack and shit. It has hit jack and shit in one continuous word. and that's the end of that bombing run, which is completely ineffective. They've still got this spawn point to the southwest that is uncontested, and it's going to feed troops in. But what else have they got here? It's a one-line attack at the moment. Oh, there's a little bit coming in now from that other garrison at Fox 7. That's interesting. Stu, of course, has got his camera in nice and tight on the fight on the hill itself, which is some really good gunplay going on in there. We've got, over to the top left there on my screen, we've got a bunch of lads, the orange markers you can see from the Allied side, trying to come in and close this off. There's some sort of light vehicle. There's an Allied light vehicle. That's the Greyhound. It's gone fucking nuts, and it's heading down the hill now. Let's see who's in that just quickly. Who is that? I can't tell. Standoff and Sibsy, all right, so they know there's a threat down here, and they are going to have to do something about that. Something I haven't seen much of is tanks from the blue, from the Axis side, and there is nothing on the field right now. So that's interesting. They've got their one little tank. Are there any other tanks there on your side, Arab? Oh, there's one less tank.
Yep. Considering we're allowed one in this BPL type match, there is now 0. So
great kill there. I think that was who was that? He died just after he did it. Let's find the 18. Might have been Clarence, actually. Shot from about 150 out, managed to take down the Greyhound, which was about to piss off their attack. You've still got a few coming in here. I think the Allies have actually shut this down. Well, they've definitely shut down the southeast there, Stu. They've definitely shut down the southeast.
Absolutely, they have. The Allies have moved really, really well out to counter this Axis assault from the southeast of Hill.
But they've abandoned north.
Ooh, let's go back to Sir Jelly's camera then. See how she's going, running up that hill for the 15 billionth time. The hard hill attack. They have abandoned a little bit. The machine gun is in the trenches now. There's no one on top. Sparrowfart's flipped around and come down to the south side. There's a couple of kills there from the Allies onto Fiercey and Big Egg. But they're still pushing in here with a couple of people. No airhead at the moment. George Soros, pretty good player. See what he can do against those folks. Let's have a look up to that north side now. We can see 4 coming in there, 5 coming in there, 6 coming in there. Okay, that's a bit of a push, but I think there's a bit of a respawn happening. Jimmy the Hand from 3 Power. Vendetta's coming out. Agilon, Fuzzy, Sparrowfart. Sparrowfart's redeploying to the north. Whoa, I tell you, he's on it, Arab. He is absolutely on it, isn't he?
Mate, they just found out. They've marked it up just then, but they've also got a push on the left-hand side.
Oh, and now we're literally hovering over that as well. Hubert, Josh, this is actually quite interesting, isn't it? There's pushes coming from everywhere. They're making it a bit of a fight here, the Axis team, and they're doing pretty well with multi-Axis attacks. But let's say hats off to Barr, because he is getting his squads to redeploy in the right spots. But it is stretching them a bit now. It is, and the cap's starting to turn again because they're getting a bit stretched there, Stu. They're getting a bit stretched on the north side.
Down that north side, Jelly Bear has just... Is she going to take you? Jelly Bear's just taken out Agilon.
We just watched her in the camera top right. That was an excellent kill there. She shredded him through the front of the bunker. That's awesome.
Yeah, magnificent. She is the last of her squad sitting up there at the moment, though, which is... it looks like this... actually, no, she's just been joined by the Noppersmen, so she will get some support coming in there now.
Nothing but support. You're right, man. Nothing but support when you get an Oppers with you. And look, I tell you what, they're going to absolutely win this now that they've got an Oppersman up there. No question at all.
But yeah, that assault from the Axis across the top of the hill is really good. Looks like JM, Sherkle, Lord Ginge, and Sammy D. They've just taken out Putang. Looks like they might be in control of the top of this at the moment.
This is looking pretty good. There's a spawn wave, though, from Barr and about 4 others there. Sammy D's been cut down. Fiercey's in there as an assault class. One good grenade will end everything. This is a great push from the Axis on the north, though. Really, really good push. There's a satchel on the point for sure. That shredded a few people. Oh, this is looking real good for the Axis. They're actually going to take this, lads. Arab, this is going to be, the Axis is going to take this. I think the spawns have gone down. Can you tell me, Arab, has they got any spawns left in there for the Allies, or have they just been taken out?
They've got one left, and I think Noppersman is just about on it.
Now, Fiercey must be close.
Fiercey, sorry. Oh, he just got murdered!
Murderball! Human's coming in. The good That was a rocket! That was a great rocket. Stu, get in on that, Stu. I want you on that action, mate. We've just jumped off Jelly.
Absolutely there, my friend.
Oh, there's a shred. There's a Sparrowfart. He's in there, but the Blues have got this. Axis forces have come in with a multi-axis attack. I think they came in from about 5 different directions, 6 different directions over the space of a couple of minutes, and it just stretched out the Orange team enough, the Allied team enough, that they couldn't keep redeploying and spawning, and that's how you do it, folks. You just keep jumping around on different axes, and it absolutely stretches the defenses too far, because if they're coming in on all those wonderful sector-controlled garrisons, it could be up to 40 seconds for a spawn. So that's what happened just then. What great play. But now what can they do with this with 9 minutes to go, guys? 9 minutes to go. This is going to be fantastic to finish off with for this weekend. Oh, this is going to go down to the wire, Aaron. This is going to go down to the wire.
I just want to point out, Kingsy survived the initial rocket attack, jumped into a little hole there, took out 3 knees, and he's just continuing on his way.
All right, so there we go.
He's still alive.
He's got nuts. He's just taken out the Noppersman. It's just him and Cortex left in that part now. Him, Cortex, and Shooter are the last ones, with Mr. Patax sitting off to the side a little bit. Kingsy, my man.
He didn't take out the Noppersman. No, he saw a thing, mate. I don't know what you're talking about. Unfortunately, my camera was rolling over it just as you were calling that. Just depressing. Okay, so it's Axis forces at the moment. There's a strafe. Stop using strafes on this map, for God's sake. Absolute waste of time because it hits trees. All right, so we've got a very controlled Axis force up on the top here. That was a great... Arab, you called that North attack that was coming in. And here's another one now coming in from the Orange, from the Allied team. Do you think they can replicate that attack, Arab?
They're coming in piecemeal at the moment, so currently no.
Ooh, what do they need to do then, mate? What do they need to do to make this, crack this open again with 7 to go?
Need to do exactly what the Axis did. Just murder ball it, get a full squad running from one way, full squad from another way, harass them in other different directions.
It's interesting that actually, Stu, because on this map, because the terrain's so tight and there's so many different things to hide behind in that, a murder ball's pretty effective, isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely can be. I think the biggest problem with that is, especially playing against some of these commanders who are really good with their comms and really good with their callouts, attacking from that single axis can be problematic. As soon as it gets called out, multiple troops in one direction, we've seen that multiple times, is you see the sides responding to that and moving defensive troops out. But just having a look at the map for the Ally side, they do have a good number of attacking Garys out from multiple points. They have surrounded the point.
Just looking at your map now on the screen, so there we go. Yeah, that's absolutely happening. I can see that all circled around. We just whip across now to my screen and bring that up and pop Stu's off and do that, and there we go. We're all sorts of sexy. Look at that. There you go. Now they know where everyone is, because conveniently, I now have all of those highlighted with a recon that was flown over north to south, so that's not bad. Thank you very much for that, Axis Commander. That was timely for my stream. It's almost like he's working with me, but he's not. There's a bit of a murder ball here coming in. There's no tanks that I can see anywhere, so they've all given up on tanks, unless you guys have got something special going on your side. I didn't see a single tank on my side, and I haven't seen one almost for the entire match. And it's
there is a 76. There is a 76 for the Allies moving up past Bergstein at the moment. You'd expect that one to be getting into action fairly shortly. I might go follow that.
Yeah, I was about to say do that, but I just heard it shoot.
You did, and he just ran over a mine too.
Oh, did he just blew up?
Nah, he's disabled. He's just repairing now.
He's more on fire than you like your tank to be, but Standoff's got out and is repairing at the moment. Sibsy will be back into action shortly.
Well, look, it helps in winter time, mate, to be honest with you, with tanks, because they can get quite gold. But here we are with 5 minutes left on the clock. An amazing Axis push to take the top of the hill, and now they're holding it. But here's Alotion, and he's in the top left screen, of course, and he's now working his way around the back as an assault class, probably to try to sneak a little satchel on. But he's against his arch nemesis in his own clan, Just Fierce. Let's see how this works out. Oh, Fierce has been cut to pieces. Oh, there's the satchel coming out. But that satchel's too far out. It's not going to do anything out there. You need to actually get it up there onto the point a bit further. I suppose, if they put it on for 2 minutes, just try and push the point, hopefully draw some of the forces out, that might be the go. But look, Gremlin's going to wear it if he hangs there. Big Egg's going to get cracked if he runs down that way as well. But look, Blues are thinning out a little bit here, boys. They're thinning out a little bit on the point. There's Lotion. He's managed to kill one and then get taken down himself. Defectives. Oh,
I love
that is a lot of meat.
Oh.
that was a good satchel, mate. But see, it didn't do enough. They still spawned in. George Soros and Josh managed to come in, and that's a Garrison, I think, in there, isn't it? Yes, it is. There's a
Simpsy's
Garrison
just turning this 76 onto the point now. It looks like he's coming up from that southwest side of the point. So
Right.
I'd love to see if this armor has any effect.
I'm on your camera right now, mate. In that top right corner, we've got Stu's camera, and then in the top left is still Lotion as well. See, now this is the point with, look, great satchel work from Lotion, but if he had just run around a little bit, if he'd gone to the other side of the building, he would have found a Garrison sitting right there. That's what they needed to crack open. If they had killed that Garrison, what we're seeing right now in front of us would not be happening, which is just spawn wave after spawn wave coming in and shutting down this is good attack. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Lotion's ability to get to the top of the hill is well done.
That 76 has just gone down. It hit a mine and got rocketed.
Oh, yeah, saw that out of the corner. All right, well, let's get you back up into the hill somewhere. Here's a bombing run coming in by the sounds of that. That is an orange team bombing run, so it's an allied bombing run going across the point. Not a bad bombing run. Managed to pick up poor old Jelly, unfortunately. So there she goes at the top right screen. She's now kaput. The Lotion's dead there as well on the hill. Blues are still holding it. It didn't pick up enough, that bomb run, and importantly, it did not touch the Garrison. There's 3 minutes to go. Do we think that Allies have got this ability to take this back, Arab, with 3 minutes to go? Can they?
They're wrapping around. Anything's possible now. They've taken out enough people with that bomb and run, unless they spawn in that Garrison within the next few seconds and they start pushing back out.
Right, back over to Stu's screen now at the top right there. We're watching him close onto the point, watching a Lotion, hopefully, as they push in. Stu, is that where you are at the moment?
It is where I'm at the moment. I'm just keeping an eye on that Garrison that they put up just behind the bunker of that radar dish. We're expecting a big spawn wave. There you go. That is the defender spawning in now. You assume that's probably going to be enough to hold off the Allies.
Yeah, that's the thing, that Garrison that we've been watching this whole time. It's just been enough every single time. There's a really good spread of troops here, though. So both teams here obviously got quite a few players who know how this stuff works, and they're trying to play that multi-axis stuff that was worked out so well about 10 minutes or so ago for the Axis team, who managed to take the point. Now there's 2 minutes or less left on the clock, more or less. I don't think they're going to crack it. It's a good attack, but anything's possible. I don't know. There's another freaking strafing run. What is it even going at? Where did that even land? What the fuck?
That was south to north across the bloody radar tower. It hit nothing.
I just saw the point start to turn. It's this spawn wave on my screen on the left. Stu, get in there with just Glasson and Defective and all those guys in there nice and close if you can, please, mate. I want to see this nice and close. This is really, really tight now with less than 2 minutes on the clock. This is going to be fascinating. What are you seeing in there, mate?
Look, the biggest problem is that they've just pushed in off the back of a couple of smokes, so they don't know it, but they have enemy behind them, just behind my screen if you're looking at that one.
I can see up there in Mirage. There's an airhead. I can see an airhead off to the right here. That is an allied airhead. Down the bottom here, George Soros is just near it. Nopper's man is dead. Did George see that airhead? We will find out in about a minute, I reckon. That could be telling as well with 1 minute left on the clock. There, it's marked. It's marked. They know about it. Cortex is on it. All right, can they get a spawn wave up? I doubt it. It's too late. I think George Soros is on it, boys. But it's drawing enough people away that maybe the left side of the map there will actually send some people in. There's Bar, the commander's trying to come in behind Cortex. Jaeger's coming around there as well. Jesus, there's people everywhere. There's a great push on the left-hand side here. The point's starting to turn. Oh, now we're going into the exciting part. This is where it gets... Oh, something just blew the fuck up. I didn't even know what that was, but God, it looks cool. Here we go. They're on the point. It's 40 seconds on the clock. Oh, this is tight. The two commanders have just traded and killed each other. That's iconic. Jimmy and Glasson are down. Did a satchel get put on the board? Huge Anus is in there. He's killed Gremlin. He's managed to get the Gremlins out. There's nothing better than getting your Gremlins out.
Huge Anus is taking out JM. If Hugh keeps pushing around, he can be on top of that Gary. He does have Lord's Ginge just above him. I don't think he saw him. He just jumped over the trench and didn't see Hugh below.
The cap's turning. Is it? Oh, it's tight. It's so tight. There's a spawn wave. This will save them. This will save the Axis forces. I think this is enough. It's scraping run. It's killed nothing again. And that, gentlemen, is good game. Oh, there's the satchel. To finish it off. Satchel's away. And that...
I think you promised us you sing in Nerica, mate.
Oh, no. I said maybe some other time. That's exactly what I said. All right, Stu, give us a wrap-up of that one, please, mate.
That was a really fun match. I truly enjoyed that. It's good to see some of the lads from like different communities and different clans scrapping it up in a scratch. I love a good scratch match. Jeez, they're fun, aren't they?
That was good, and what a great finish. I mean, great work from both teams there. Really hard fought for that whole match. Arab, thoughts about that? Oh, there's another satchel.
Mate, from the minute it started till the end just then, it was actually really freaking cool to watch.
Oh, jeez. I enjoyed that match, lads. All right, I'm going to call it there. We've had a great weekend of streaming. I hope everybody enjoyed it. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for Trauma Stu for joining me for the first time on the streams. Great job. Well done, mate.
Thank you very much, mate. It was an absolute pleasure to be here. Glad I got the chance. Looking forward to working with you in the future, mate.
Absolutely. And of course, one of my favourite punters from the community, Arab, thanks again, mate, for being here.
Thanks again for having me, mate.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Noppers. This was the Big D Premier League. The final round, that's what I'm saying to you, is in 2 weeks' time on the 4th and 5th of June, just before D-Day. So awesome times. Karantan is the map. And we've got, at the moment, unless things change, of course, we've got probably 2 scratch matches on the Saturday night. And then on the Sunday, it's 2 big ones, OC and 3 para. OC being the tournament top 2 at the moment, taking on the fast emergers 3 para. And then, of course, Arab, you're going to have a match against the Foy Boys to finish off. That'll be a good one as well, mate.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it, mate.
All right, folks, as I said, that is the BPL. I am so glad to have had you here with us. We've enjoyed ourselves. I trust that you have as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you all a good evening. Bye for now.